Psionics want to give our players a little bit more insight about what we're doing for Rocket League, how we're making it, and who's actually working on the game. So in this upcoming patch, we have a bunch of great new content and features. We have the new Starbase Arc map. We also have a new Space Car DLC. We have another crate series coming out with a bunch of new great items. I'd say our standout feature for this patch is going to be custom training. Beyond that, we have map preferences and Steam Workshop for maps. We just have a bunch of new features going in that I think our players are really going to enjoy.
So I think doing a space patch is something we've wanted to do kind of since supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars had a space map in it. So we definitely knew it was something we wanted to come back to. And we had just done the aquatic stuff, which is at the very bottom of the ocean. So it's kind of cool to go all the way back to outer space.
The inspiration of the map, as a team, we explored different aspects of spaceships and satellites that revolve around our planet. From then I just kind of play around with shapes after I designed something really basic, techy, and I just copy and paste and just explore different silhouettes. And I wanted the planet to be on top of the map so it feels large and has a scale to it. From then I just explore different inspirations from Halo, Elysium, Gundam, Battleship Yamada as references of like text and different shapes that I found interesting.
So with Octagon, after playtesting and iterating, we got it to where we believed in it enough that we decided that, yeah, let's go ahead and use this for Starbase Arc. The way it works is I go ahead and do a quick lockout and I just get the curves right and just try to get it to a good point so that when we do playtest it, we can see, first of all, is it fun? Usually it's not fun right away. With Octagon, though, it was fun right off the bat. And I think the big part of that was because it's not too far off from a standardized map, other than just the corners being longer to make the octagon shape. And what's cool about that is it allowed for the ball to come in more and deflect off the corner walls to bring it into the map. And that's when the artist came in, and personally, I didn't have any doubt that they would make it look awesome.
I laugh when I get nervous. So typically for a map, we start with the concept team doing some rough ideas. Once we kind of get something nailed down that we like, then we just go into the engine and start putting blockout meshes and trying to get the layout in 3D space. Once we get to that point, we just kind of keep iterating from there, polishing up the assets and getting the lighting dialed in. Once we get about halfway through that process, we start really heavily playtesting it to make sure everything is readable for gameplay.
Some of the effects I created for this map are mainly the atmosphere effects, like the clouds and the planet and the ships going by and stuff like that. It's a mixture of particle effects and shaders. For example, the planet, a lot of the artists would create textures and I would create the shader and we would use those for, the clouds to build the illusion that there's depth to the environment. It's all just smoke and mirrors. Yeah.
What's up? So there's a lot of steps that go into creating cars for Rocket League. After we decided that the concept is how we want it, it fits the style. The first phase is the blockout phase, where we try to get the overall read of the car, the silhouette, the shape of it. After that is the modeling phase. We just add all the hyper detail to the car, doing high to low poly bakes, using Max and Maya. After that, I'll hand those meshes over to our animation team, and they'll rig the car, they'll set it up, they'll get all the moving parts working like they're supposed to, like the suspension and the little boost flaps on the back that animate when it goes supersonic. And then after that's the polish phase, just make sure the car looks as best as it possibly can from every angle.
So every map cycle, we try to come up with a new technology that we can reuse in future maps. With Snowtopia, we're adding Pitch Deck, which is a decal rendering system. The way it works is we hook it up to different game events, and we allow our artists to draw things to essentially what accounts to a dynamic texture. And that texture gets used in the materials in the world. So we use it for tire tracks, but we can also use it for things like goal explosions, or anytime you demo an opponent, if they're close enough to the ground, we'll leave a big blast imprint.
I hope this gives our players a little bit more insight about what's going on with Rocket League, what's coming up, and what's going on in our studios. So get out there, play the patch, and enjoy it.